I have got a full morning of flying with you today out to two very remote locations. One called Haya, where I'm dropping off drums of fuel for their lawnmower. So in Haya right now, it's rainy season. Dry season here, obviously, but rainy season means it's gonna be extremely wet, slippery, and sloppy out in Haya. I have a feeling this plane is not gonna look as nice when I get back. Second, picking up 3 passengers in Haya, heading over the mountains again to a place called Karamui, where I'm picking up 900 kgs of peanuts. And it's gonna be a tight fit, because that's about 2,000 pounds of peanuts. Should take about 3 hours, I think, to do my full rounder. So let's get the fuel loaded, my plane fueled, and get out of here. I think on like a 17 or 18 minute flight is all. Now, I don't know if we actually are taking any other cargo. I do have 3 seats on board back here. Those are for number flight 2. I have 3 passengers, allegedly, from Haya up to Karamui. I'm taking 3 plus my front one in case I actually have 4, because there's always an extra person that wants to go. Well, as you guys can see, it is a beautiful day here in Goroka, but I'm not so sure it's gonna be great where I'm going. In fact, this location is notorious for weather turnbacks. It always has low clouds in the valley, making it really difficult to get in because it's only about a mile wide at most to get in where I need to get into, with not any room to turn around if there's too many low clouds. So we will go over weather together in just 1 minute to see what the forecast is showing and what the satellite's showing, because that's all I have today. But first, let's do the walk around of the plane while Andrew is getting the fuel truck ready, and then we'll fuel. Oh, looking good. Andrew got the fuel truck ready, but he's getting his plane ready. He also has a flight out to Haya today, but he has people on board on his flight, where because I have the dangerous goods on board with me, the fuel, I can't actually take any passengers with me. Here we go, we're going Goroka, Haya, then Karamui, then back here to Goroka. Over here to the nav tab, if I want to get back here with my hour reserve, plus an additional half hour on top of that, so it's an hour and a half reserve. Hour is what I need, but a half hour in case I have to kind of muck around with the clouds, go around different valleys that I wasn't planning on, rather than just a straight line out to Haya, because that typically does not work. I need 780 pounds. Head back over here, we need 780. So there we go, 105 and 76. Actually got a weather call, believe it or not. Someone must have hiked up to the top of the mountain to give us a call, which I really do appreciate. Saves us time and money going out there just to check it out. Very expensive. These guys are just about finished loading up. They're tying down right now. Then I think I'm ready to go because it's good weather out there. For weight and balance, we got 130, 76 in the second pod. That's just all aircraft stuff. And then the rest of it is just right here. Got 3 seats back here. And we'll throw that in the iPad. Check the fuel caps. All right, here we go. All of our switches are where they need to be. Everything is as far back as they can be. Fuel's on, igniter's on, fuel pump on, and low start. Oil pressure's coming in, NG stabilizes, introduce my fuel. Fuel flow is now coming up. Oil pressure is now in the green. ITT is coming up at a nice normal rate. S35NG, back up to ITT 625. Him disconnect the starter battery. That just helps prolong our battery life on the airplane because they're expensive. Prop 4 generator on. Looks like it's an 18-minute flight out to Haya today, and I should be able to just go in a straight line because it's beautiful here and they said it's clear out there. In fact, I haven't even looked at my phone yet to check the weather. I'm just assuming that they're telling me the truth. Not always the case in some of these places when they really want you to come. But I filed for 8,000 feet because I was planning on taking the low route because the weather yesterday said it wasn't going to be that great. It said it was going to be really cloudy. Okay, I've got my manifest, 736. It's a quick weight and balance check. I've got 780 on the fuel. We've got our fuel boards and everything like that in our equipment. Took off my window washing thing because I don't have that on board today. I've got 3 seats in the back rack, 130, 76, and then the rest remaining is 265 divided up by 2 sections back here. I've got my dangerous goods sheet here, and if you're wondering how are you able to fly those big huge drums, because those are over the regular allowed limit. Because we have a special exception from the government of PNG, the letter saying that we can. Start up our buddy check. Fuel, caps, and selectors have all been done. Our controls are good. Our TAWs are where we'd like them to be, which is train awareness system. We'll leave it on for now. Switches and instruments up to 8,000. 1019er, probably correct. We'll get it in a minute. Coming across here, we've got our takeoff performance of 62 knots. We'll put that in for rotate. Our flaps are set, indicated, verified. Our trim is set. Broken Tower, November Tango Kilo, request taxi Haya, 1 PB, copy November Tango Mike.
November Tango Kilo, agree to taxi and the backtrack lineup 17 left.
Go to backtrack and line up 17 left, November Tango Kilo. Okay, we can, looks like we can pretty much almost go in a straight line today. Typically the clouds are pretty low out there, but we'll see. I mean, it's beautiful everywhere else. Probes, landing, and a pulse LED lights on. Our overspeed governor check. It's just our backup. Go up here, 2070 plus or minus 50. Let go of the button. Climbs all the way up to 2200. There we go. While we're waiting here just for a second for my oil temp just to get up to the last couple of degrees, looking out here from Goroka, we are heading way out here to this little airplane right out there. Beautiful gray, which means there's really not that many clouds. The biggest thing I want to do is look on low clouds. And it looks like there's maybe it's just some scattered stuff out there, but really not that bad at all. And heading over lastly to the satellite. Yeah, I mean, it looks beautiful, so let's go with what they're saying. November Tango Kilo, ready for departure.
November Tango Kilo, runway 17 left, right then, clear for takeoff.
17 left, right turn, clear for takeoff, November Tango Kilo. Ignition, condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses. Checklist is complete. 1390, rotate 62. Fork is set. Airspeed's alive. There's 720 on the ITT. There's 62 rotate. For ITT, right up to 740. Nice, smooth morning. We have 2 mountain ranges that we have to cross. One's here at 7,000 and one's at 9,000. I only filed for 8,000, so I'm going to have to make a little amendment just so I can go up a little bit higher to get over that last mountain range. It's like I was saying, I was planning on going the lower route, but if it's clear, then we'll go the shortest way. 10 degrees of flaps once we're over 85 knots and climbing. Keeping our pitch right around that 7.5 degree mark. That gives you a really nice cruise climb in the Kodiak. We'll go 0 degrees once we're up and over 90. Get rid of a little bit of right rudder pressure and start adding some back pressure. Now that we don't have those flaps in there, the nose just kind of wants to drop down. Slowly pull our prop on back, 2,000 RPM. Because I'm on board just by myself today, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and just go up to 10,000. That way I can just go in a quick straight line and I don't have to really go around anything. ITT still a little bit high. We're gonna pull our power back very slowly, let it sit there for a second, try to stabilize at 720. While that's doing that, landing light off, bypass, back to normal, and igniter's turned off. Croker Tower, November Tango Kilo. Departure time 1-1. Tracking 208, down climb amended 10,000. Estimating high of 30.
November Tango Kilo, copy departure not about 10,000. 15 miles contact Moresby on 120.1 or 6598.
120.1 or 6598 at 15, November Tango Kilo. Is already getting really bright. Once you've never flown really close to clouds, you don't know how bright it is, but man, when you get right on top of these clouds and the sun reflects off of them, it is so bright. If you like these style of sunglasses, I've got them still on sale for you. Worldwide shipping as well. They're glass lenses, metal frames, silver, gold, a couple actually different styles on my website. So check it out. They're 75 bucks. And they've lasted me, I've been using this particular pair for over a year now. Because they're glass lenses, it just gives you a really nice clear vision for flying or driving. Okay, so hit the nearest button down here is going to give us how far away we are from Goroka. We're just 10 miles now. I'm actually not going to be flying right on my brick line today because the brick line is actually going to take me through those mountains way ahead up there that are, I think, around like, oh, let's just take a look at them. If we zoom way in here, 10,760, Crater Mountain. There's actually a gold mine up there. We want to stay off to the left of that a little bit over here by Kubai. And that's going to give us the quickest descent getting down in there because we basically are going to have to go from 10,000 feet all the way down to our circuit elevation of 3,300. So a little bit of a descent. We're approaching 10,000 at a nice 650 feet per minute climb. Hold down vertical speed and altitude select. Automatically puts in 600 feet because whatever I'm going at. And then as I get closer to 10,000, it'll just level itself off. Now it's 500, it'll go down to 4, 3, and just give you a really nice gentle level off. That chime you always hear throughout the video, that means I'm 200 feet within my altitude of whatever I have selected. I've got 10,000, so at 9,800 feet, it chimed. When I go 10,200, it will chime. When I go back to sending, it will chime. That's the chime you're always hearing, if you're wondering. Moresby 65908, November Tango Kilo transfer.
November Tango Kilo Moresby.
November Tango Kilo, 17 miles to the south of Goroka, maintaining amended 10,000, estimating Haya time 30.
November Tango Kilo, maintain the 65 meter, second is 8819.
Secondary at 8190, November Tango Kilo. Before we start our descent, this is a perfect time to head over the strip chart together. Runway 03, it's just a one-way airstrip, pretty tight valley. Touchdown elevation is 2360. Touchdown slope is about 3%, so about the same as Goroka. Length's 500 meters long. Takeoff, we do have a penalty of 250 kgs. And the criminal procedure is right at the river. A really tight valley as we get in there. It's probably not going to look like it today, but it is fairly tight when you're going like 100 miles an hour. We will make a right-hand turn up and around the valley as far as we can get up in the valley with a hard right-hand turn back out and re-enter the circuit. We'll go ahead all the way down to 2,300 feet, or correction, 3,300 feet for our pattern altitude. And hit landing performance, 73 knots is my approach speed today. It changes, like the heavier airplane you have, the faster you come in. We're just cresting this. There is some scattered clouds out there, kind of what I was actually expecting, not clear blue skies. Clear blue above all the scattered clouds. Let's start down. Only 15 miles to go. Let's start a buddy check while we have some free brain space. Our selectors and brakes are good. Our terrain awareness is turned off. Our VREF, our approach speed has been set up. Bypass landing lights on. Our go around, we did just look at that. At the river, power up 20 degrees immediately. Right hand turn with the following left hand turn. Resetting our max torque today, the top number. 12 knots behind me, so it's going to be a little bit bumpy just on the other side of these. We can also start pulling our power back. That will slow us down, autopilot off. Let's pitch up first before we get rocked around, going too fast. Up forward. Some left-hand rudder pressure in on our descent. We don't have much power in anymore. We're just at 310 on the torque. Runway 03, set up our OBS of 03. There we go. That's how the runway goes. Do you see one nice big hole up there? That's the direction I'm going right now, but it looks like it actually might be in this valley over here. There's two different valleys, side by side, parallel. We don't want to go up the wrong one because then we have to go all the way out it and come up the other side. All stations high, 1201 November Tango Kilo 10 miles. To the north, 8,000 on descent, circa 30 Haya. If you're a single pilot, or you don't fly very often, you own your own airplane, or you even rent airplanes, I recommend picking up one of these buddy checks. It's a takeoff and landing checklist that gets you away from the paper checklist that keeps your eyes down. The paper checklist is much easier to lose your position, maybe skip an item that might be a critical item. Where this is nice and tactile. It's up right where your eyes need to be, up and out rather than down on your lap. And you can bounce around at any way you want. You can actually have these customized to say whatever you want, specific to your aircraft. And there are a couple different mounting options. This is just Velcro to the dash right now, which it comes with like dual lock, 3M heat resistant adhesive kind of thing, where they lock together. Or what you can do is just put a GoPro mount on it and stick it on your windshield or your side window or underneath your instrument panel, something like that. Moresby 65908, November Tango Kilo in the circuit Haya, report after landing.
November Tango Kilo, Moresby, copy, call again on the ground.
All stations Haya, November Tango Kilo in the circuit Haya. This is the valley, I think. So there's actually two really close ones. Oh. Alright, I don't know if this is the one. Yeah, it must be Haya's right below all these clouds right here. Let's do 10 degrees of flaps. Top is forward. Okay, well, it's clear underneath. What I'm going to do is go up around these clouds, come around, because I need to go through here. There's the airstrip right there. 4,500. I'm going to shoot my circuit a bit different. The runway is nice and clear out here. I come up here, go down that valley, come back through here for my base, and then turn final. So, not really a normal circuit. It's all right. It's good out here. 20 degrees of flaps. We wanted 2,700 and 2,900. So 2,900 entering base. I'm at 4,300 now. Let's stick a little bit further on this side of the valley in case I need to have a little bit more space to climb and get out back out of here. Should be a problem. Man, those fuel drums keep popping. The air pressure, because I'm going down at like 1,000 feet per minute, they just keep like, I can feel it. 3,100, we want 2,900 entering base, but it looks like I'm going to have to go a little bit lower because there's some clouds right there that are blocking my
500
entrance into that valley. Actually, no, we'll go right here. That'll work. Shooting for 83 knots here on our base. Make a left-hand turn back out the valley. Make a left-hand turn back out the valley a little bit so we get a little bit more distance between us and the end of the airstrip. We're pulling power, slowing down to 73 knots for our final. Looking at my go around, looks cloudy, but doable.
$500.
Pull some power out, slow on down to 73 knots. 2,700 feet up here. Let's go full flaps. Checklist is complete. Looks good. Around's doable. We're now committed. Now it's a tailwind. Runway looks wet. And it gets slippery here. Yep, should have brought my window washing kit. Gets very slippery here, as you guys can see. It's just pure mud. Let's unload this, load up 3 passengers, head up on another 7-minute flight to Karamui, head back to Goroka. Moresby 65908, November Tango Kilo on the ground, Haya, cancel SAR.
November Tango Kilo, higher storage terminated.
November Kilo.
Morning. All right, this last something in blow me. That's all. Inap you kisim jerry can blow you pla na just rouse some fuel here na putting go. Can blow you pla. So as they that's all you will been kissing plenty rain, huh?
As the night and big rain, so you know, as the tassels.
Oh, okay.
Relaxing rain, 3 months.
Oh, plenty rain, huh?
Plenty rain.
Oh, wow, okay. Let's get the fuel ramp so we don't damage the floor. Okay, look out!
This is their TV for the day.
Me, harimo sa mi plaka triple man who's at by Golo Karanuya. Okay, let me put in seats, installing all seats. Now, behind you me go. So, I gotta prepare the cabin now with 3 seats. But once I get up to Karamui, I gotta take them right back out. All right, to get these guys ready, all I have to do is get their names. It's a charter, so it's already paid for. I'll weigh up their cargo. We'll get on our way. Now, who's up I go? You are? Okay, let me kiss and wave, bro. You can come stand up. All right, now there's la cargo and blow you pla. So I'm by stop back lo Karamui and by go lo Goroka. Oh, I got that something by stop back lo Goroka. Or I mean lo Karamui, yeah? Okay. All right. All right. All right. So what's inside these bags is called Sago. I've shown you guys in a helicopter video that I took you guys out to with Stuart on my second channel. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. But this is just another way. This is like the dry form of Sago. All right, I'll get that something can go lo from pod.
Looks like he had a really muddy landing too.
Look at that.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Get on our 10-minute flight up to Karamui. All stations Haya 1201 November Tango Kilo will be departing Haya for Karamui. Well, I think we're going to have to try to get a hold of Moresby once we get up in the air, because I am not getting a hold of them. I'm going to move up a little bit further so I'm not blasting Andrew's airplane as badly. What I'm going to do is just kind of park at a little bit of an angle so most of my top wash just goes back. Here we are on our weight balance page. We've got 3 POB, got 108 kgs underneath, and that is it. Carrying over my equipment from my fuel ramps, things like that. And we've got a takeoff limit of that yellow line right there, but we're well within that mark. Ignition condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses. Checklist is complete. And we are about 2,000, 30 degrees. I don't think it's quite that warm yet, but 1480. There we go, 1480, rotate 57. My nose up out of the mud. There we go, there's 50. There we go, nice climb out. Right up at 740 on the ITT, which is great. We're going to go ahead and pitch all the way up, but initially to 14 degrees. It's going to give me my best angle, get over these mountains to my right as fast as I can, because I need to head back that way. Okay, I am clear at least of these clouds so I can go with my normal climb. We've got 10 degrees of flaps. Oh, in this area right here, it's a little bit lighter, you can see. There's going to be less clouds out there because where there's no mountains, there's usually no clouds. I'm heading here to do my climb, and then we'll pop over this last mountain ridge over here. If I put my terrain on, you can see all that red. That's the last mountain I need to climb over. Moresby 8819er, November Tango Kilo departure.
November Tango Kilo, Moresby, go ahead.
November Tango Kilo departed Haya at time 3-3, tracking 317 on climb 6,000, estimating Karamui 42.
November Tango Kilo, traffic is Mike Alpha Lima Caravan, taxiing Karamui for Goroka.
Copy Mike Alpha Lima, November Tango Kilo. Alright, this is the Karamui airstrip chart. While we're in our climb, let's throw autopilot on. Climb up 1 more 1,000 feet to go. We're going to be landing just a one-way airstrip on this one as well, although it is pretty much flat. Again, it's just 3%. Touchdown elevation is 3,500. We can land with full up weight and a 4-knot tailwind. Committal is just 100 feet off the ground. Very rough the first third. Big deep ruts along the runway center line. Afternoon tailwinds common for takeoff. Very common. In fact, even in the morning, even after 10, 11 o'clock, it's 9:37 now. It can get a little windy here. Looks like 6,000 works perfect for me today. We zoom in here, throw back our terrain on. We'll see, you can see the lighter spots, that's where it's the lowest. Then yellow is 100 to 1,000 feet, and then red you're dead. Or within 100 feet. All stations Karamui 1201 November Tango Kilo, 10 miles to the south. 6,000 will be a circuit at time 42, Karamui. Here,
November Tango Kilo, Mike Alpha Lima, Roger. Just departed Karamui, I'm on TrackIr northeast for crew. Go be out to be aware.
Have a good day, November Tango Kilo.
You too.
If you guys have not seen my book and my other videos, you're going to have to go check this out on my website. I made this covering 40 different locations that we fly to. Some history, some culture, lots of drone pictures, and a little bit of information about the places we go to. I don't have Karamui in this because I've actually never flown a drone out here before, but hopefully I can get some updated photos today. And I do worldwide shipping on that book as well. We're landing on runway 12, OBS, runway 12. Landing performance 66 knots. Fly overhead and then enter into a left downwind. And we said we wanted to be 4,500 feet pattern altitude. We got our VREF, got our TAWs, our brakes, our selectors, our lights, and our inlets. If we have to go around, it's just 100 feet off the ground, power up 20 degrees straight ahead, and then a right-hand turn out. So the nearest road from this location right here, it's 43 miles to Goroka, and it's about halfway to Goroka where the last road ends. So about 20 miles is the nearest road that they can truck anything out of here. So people are always going, why are you flying all this stuff out? It's because there's just no way. These places are so remote. And everything here in Papua New Guinea is expensive. All stations, Karamui, 1201, November Tango Kilo. Joining the circuit will be flying overhead to join the left downwind. 12 Karamui. Orsby 8819 or November Tango Kilo. In the circuit Karamui, cancel SAR.
November Tango Kilo, Karamui,
November Tango Kilo. Going 4,500 on downwind, 86 knots. The airstrip right over there. Okay, there's another one right over here, like a mile and a half away. That one's a mile away. I have no clue why they're making all these runways so close together. Does not make any sense to me. Runway looks really nice. It's a lot shorter than it used to be too. Or at least maybe they just cut all that and they never extended it. I don't know, but there's 20 degrees of flaps. Final 3950 for a base turn. On to 76. 3950 is what I'm shooting for final. Go full flaps. Checklist is complete. There's 3950. 3 knots of headwind, that's not good for tailwind takeoff. 66 knots, final. And I actually need to go all the way up to those brown patches. Alright, now we've got 4 knots of tailwind, which now is good, so probably not enough to even actually be accurate if it's bouncing around like that. Runway looks clear, we're committed. Runways are in a lot better condition than the last time I came out here a couple of years ago. Or even last year, I think I came out here maybe once. It's in a lot better condition, so good on them. All right, all those bags over there, I think those are for me. A lot of them. Well, join me on my time-lapse back to Goroka. Go check out my second channel if you haven't already, if you want to see some extra content. Thanks for joining me on this couple of flights here. A good look at day in the life of a bush pilot here in Papua New Guinea.
Okay, plug come out. Right. Oh, got to blow me, huh?
Yes.
Okay. You kissing white penis?
Yes, Mika.
We don't have any seats on board. We still have the stuff for the wood and the ramps. We've got 3 seats in the back. I can do 934. The winds are actually favoring me for takeoff. So yeah, if I can fit it, I'll take it. Now cargo taso by Gologoroka?
Yes.
Oh, just cargo taso. You know got man, huh? Okay. All right. Oh, I got them close to 35, huh? Okay. Yep. Just load him 1 kind coffee. Thanks.